And we're here. Hey, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the show today. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce is the name of the channel. This is the channel where this guy tries to explain to you in plain English kind of what's going on. At least as I see it anyway. We're here on Tuesday, December the 12th, 2023. We are 13 days away from Christmas. um, 12 days from Christmas Eve. Welcome one and all to the show. I'm glad to have you here. Just reading some headlines coming across. We were waiting for 8:30 Eastern time to come and go to get the inflation read, and I guess the big inflation number looks okay, but the underlying issues are not so okay. And so it's a mixed reading. The question is, how will the market as a whole accept this information as it digests all of it? There's a lot to absorb here. And even with all this, there's another elephant in the room we have to worry about. And that is that today, the Federal Reserve is having its first of 2 days of meetings. And tomorrow, the second day, and after in the afternoon tomorrow, I guess it's 2 o'clock Eastern, Chairman Powell will be addressing the media and will take questions about the session. And so, could the market have a dump tomorrow afternoon, or could it already go into a dump before we get there? That's what I'm curious about. I tell you right now, you guys, I am not getting the warm and fuzzy feeling I should be getting that is telling me everything's going to be great, because the markets are trying to hit new highs. The indexes, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, these three big indexes are trying to hit higher levels. Now, higher levels of markets generally mean that investors feel that 6 months to a year from now, economically, things are going to be much better than they are at the moment. That's what really is going on here. That's what markets do. And those of you who haven't been in the market very long, you have to understand that the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are just a gauge of enthusiasm for the future. Now, events that happen right now can move a market right now. Yes, of course. 9/11 is a great example. The meltdown, the economic meltdown, another one. COVID, when everything got shut down, markets immediately reacted. They weren't, sell first, ask questions later. Down go markets. But over time, the markets all recovered again. They all kind of came back and hit newer highs, because in the long run, even inflation, as bad as it is, can lead to higher profits for certain corporations. Not every corporation, but some companies can actually make money on inflation because they can charge more for their services and widen their profitability gap between actual costs and what they get, because the perception is inflation means I have to pay more. Everyone feels they have to pay more, and yet certain companies can raise prices even though they don't have an inflationary problem. Nasty corporations, greedy buggers. But that's just the way life is. Inflation can be good for seniors in a way if they're sitting on real estate and real estate goes up. Inflation is good for art collectors if paintings go up in value, that kind of stuff. But inflation can be very nasty and can take away a lot of buying power from a lot of people who are vulnerable to a lack of buying power. And that is 60% of the American population or less. If you're in the bottom 60% of America, you are in trouble. And I was in Costco on Sunday with a buddy of mine who he and I are old friends, and we're retailers. We've been brought up in the retail world, and I'm the stock market as well. And we were in Costco, we were in Walmart, And we're looking at each other going, what's wrong with this picture? I found a parking spot very close to the door. Didn't have to drive around the parking lot for a place to park my car. I found shopping carts everywhere. No problem. There's many shopping carts available. That's a problem. That to me spells that alarms are going off. If on the 10th of December you can find a shopping cart and you can find a parking spot near the front door of a big establishment like Walmart or Costco, what is wrong with the picture already? There's something wrong here. Now you go into the darn store and you're walking around, and what did I need at Walmart? Some groceries. That's all I needed. But I did have to go into the pharmacy area to pick up a couple of little things, which meant I walked by the women's clothing section and the other areas of the store. And people are walking around with groceries in their shopping carts, like necessities. I didn't see a ton of shoppers with gifts. I didn't see that. Costco, it was all food. It was all, groceries and stuff. I did not see a massive buy wave of people buying presents for Christmas. This is the 10th. What the heck is going on? This morning, we got the Will Smith dope slap from Hasbro Toys. They laid off 20% of their staff overnight. 1,100 people have been let go at Hasbro Toys 2 weeks before Christmas. Does that mean anything to you guys? That's huge. That is like huge, not good. Okay. This is plain English. Okay. There's good and then there's not good. And this is not good. This is a very nasty little wake-up call for those of you out there thinking the economy is going to be great 6 months from now. Well, a year from now, it's just going to be awesome. Not looking good there. There's a lot of stuff going on out here, kids. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I like it a lot. Yeah. Look, I just saw the Dow was up 145 points 10 minutes ago. It's now up 100. We're giving up gains here. This inflation thing is being digested now, and we'll see how these pre-markets work out. We've got, 40 minutes or something until we open for trading. We're up just 8 points on the S&P 500. Just 8. And we're up 45 on NASDAQ, a quarter of a percentage point. Okay, if inflation is truly being knocked down, then interest rates will truly drop. This market should be up 500 points right now in the pre-market on the Dow. It's up 104. We're not going anywhere. Okay. Oil is down 70 cents a barrel. Here's another indicator. If we're supposed to be doing so well, why is oil down 70 cents a barrel? Inconsistencies. If you watch the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Colonel Nathan Jessup, Jack Nicholson, there were inconsistencies that the lawyer could figure out. If Santiago was not to be touched, why were you scheduling him off the island on the first flight tomorrow morning? Why did you have to evacuate this guy from Guantanamo Bay Marine Base if you said the colonel, he was not to be touched? Why would you? And then the morning of, he's dead. You're taking a guy in a body bag off the. What the hell happened, Colonel? What the hell happened? Did someone defy you? You're the de facto guy in charge here. This doesn't make sense. And I'm saying, if the economy, if the markets are hitting new all-time highs, why is Hasbro laying off 20% of its staff? Why is oil down 70 cents a barrel to $70 a barrel? Why isn't oil 110? If the economy is supposed to be doing so great and everything's going to be just so peachy, why is oil not doing so well? Oil, you need oil to grow an economy. You need jet fuel, you need gasoline, you need diesel, you need lubricants, you need everything that oil can make. Many things that oil can produce and help produce. Why is oil at $70 a barrel if everything is so peachy? Colonel Jessup, can you explain why the stock market is doing what it's doing with all of these things going on? Did you order the code red? I want to know if he ordered the code red. The Dow's up 75 right now. We could have a down day today. We could have a very down day today, and tomorrow worse. Mr. Powell is going to be in front of a microphone tomorrow. Now, what's been happening over at the bond market for the last month and a half, and what is really was supposed to happen today and tomorrow, there was supposed to be a party over at the bond traders' houses. One of the parents went away for the weekend, and they're having a party. And if you know somebody, you'll get invited over there to have a good time. The problem is that Mr. Powell's house, when they went away for the weekend, they took the booze with them. This is not good. This party is going to have a lot of people looking to party and have a good time. The booze isn't there. Now we're finding out that the music might not be playing either. He took a stereo with him. Who does that? I mean, who takes the stereo and their alcohol with them on a weekend getaway and leaves the kids the house? Who does that? Something's not adding up. And if Mr. Powell tomorrow says, yeah, the inflation numbers came out yesterday, we happened to talk about that. That came out during yesterday's meeting. But we noticed that the underlying inflation rate in the wholesale level is not cooperating. There are some nasty little trends over there that inflation is actually rising. And that has a delayed effect of showing up to the retail level a little later. We don't like that. We're not going back to 2%. We're not getting to 2%. We seem to be in this 3.5 to 4% range. And the economy, the drop in inflation has sort of stopped out, has sort of stopped falling now. And there are signs that it might pop back to 4.5. We might just have to raise rates one more time, a quarter point, a half a point, to drive home the message that when we say, do not have a party at the house when we go to Grandma and Grandpa's house for the long weekend. We're telling you, don't invite your friends over to the house when we leave the house. And to drive the point home, we're taking the booze with us, and we're taking the stereo with us, and we're going to have the neighbor snitch on you. And we're really going to make it obvious. We do not want you to have a party at the house. And yet the bond people want to have a party. They want this party to keep on going because the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, and the bond market, it's looking great. Now, earlier this year, we had a few issues out there. Again, inconsistencies. Like, if the economy is so good, why did regional banks fail during the springtime of this year? Why did we have like 5 or 6 regional banks all of a sudden get into real trouble? And a couple of them disappeared off the face of the earth, where we had a bank run at a bank where nobody was lined up at the teller counter to take out their money. How is that possible? How can you have a run on a bank and not have people standing in line waiting to get their money out? The Fed didn't see that coming. And the other thing that's inconsistent, Colonel Jessup, I have other questions. Why is it that a bank would be in trouble if its assets, the customers' deposits, are all in U.S. bonds? AAA rated, world's greatest democracy, never skipped a payment on bond payments. American people are good for interest on anything they borrow. Why is it then that these banks are in trouble if they're holding U.S. government bonds as collateral for their clients' deposits? Why did these banks go out of business? Colonel Jessup, can you explain that? Could you? I'm just puzzled by that. And the markets are at all-time highs. or trying to. They're trying to go down. Right now, the Dow's up 48 points and the S&P is down 0.75 of a point. We're going into the red now. We're going to go to the red. Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup? Can you? You think this is funny? You think this is fun? No, Colonel Jessup, I don't think this is funny. We have some issues here. We have some inconsistencies that just are not adding up. Now, the good news about the folks who watch this channel, small as they are, you're option writers. You couldn't be in a better place. There's no better place and no better things to be doing than writing options. It gets no better than this. I'm telling you straight up right now, you guys are on the right side of the market. You're allowing the market to go up. If the market wants to go higher, okay, you reluctantly say, no, higher. I'll roll my contracts up. No problem. I'll do rollovers. I'll go further out in time. I'll execute the same strike prices, but just further out. That's my first defense. My second line of defense is I'll roll up my strike prices and go out in time, and I'll still get a credit to do all this. So you want to go higher, go ahead. Qs, SPYs, Microsoft, Tesla stock. You want to go higher? Go higher. If you're unsure of what to do for the next month or two, and you just want to flatline for a while, I haven't got a problem with that. Iron Condor writers, option writers, poor man cover call writers around here. People go, oh, stock just wants to stay flat for a while. The whole market wants to stay flat. That's okay. You want to fluctuate within a couple of percentage points? No problem. You want to take a dump? This market wants to really give up the ghost because people are throwing in the towel. They're overextended. They're being sold out by their brokers, and we have really catastrophic drops. You'll say, okay, fine. I'll buy back my calls for way less than I sold them for, and I'll write lower priced calls for 2 months out, a month out, 3 months out, 6 months out. No problem. We'll make money here on this channel any way the market wants to give it to us. You want to go higher? We'll take it. You want to go lower? We'll take it. You want to trade in a small range? We'll take it. Not a problem. We're fine. We don't fear the upside, and we don't fear the downside. We actually welcome nothing. We actually welcome kind of a flat line. But you know what? You want to go, it's all right. We're fine with that. But we should also read the signs and have an inkling of kind of what could be going on here and what might or might not be going on here. And right now, I'm looking at this market going, the Dow's up 50, not 500. The S&P is up 1/4 of a point right now. It's trying to rally here. It's up 1/4 of a point. 1/4 of a point. Nasdaq's up 21, 1/8 of a percentage point. That's it. If everything is so great, Colonel Jessup, why are these indexes not surging right now? If inflation's been licked and interest rates are going to drop and everything is fantastic, why is this market doing what it's doing? I don't understand it. And then there's other issues. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on that will affect the markets. And there's the elephant in the room that no one, and I mean nobody, is going to bring to the table. Nobody's going to talk about this. I don't even see journalists talking about this. And usually you could count on journalists to be a pain in the ass to elected officials and other people. And I don't see it. Oh, by the way, does anybody know where this Russian prisoner is, Navalny? Where's Mr. Navalny? Why is he missing all of a sudden? How can he be missing? He's in a maximum security prison in Russia with a 19, 20, 40-year sentence and more being piled on every month. How can he be missing? Did he walk out the front door? What happened to Navalny? but let's leave that aside for a minute. Colonel Jessup, we'll get back to that a little later. I don't need to talk about that right now. I'm wondering about other stuff like Zelensky, the president of the Ukraine, is in the US meeting with Biden, trying to get money for bullets, hand grenades, rocket launchers, shells, howitzer, all this stuff. The stuff that America's famous for, the best military equipment on the planet America's got and produces. And Zelensky's coming in going, I would like to, work a deal where we can borrow some dough from America's treasury. We'll buy American-made armaments, employing hundreds of thousands of Americans in really high-paying jobs to beat the crap out of the Ruskies. We're doing this on your behalf. We're the front line to the Russians, and we're kicking their ass. You give us the ammo, we'll take them out. And we don't need a single American boy or girl to come over here in brigades or units or command posts. We don't need a bunch of American people to be in Ukraine to fight the Russians. We'll do it. And if we're successful and we can keep those Russians back where they freaking belong and make it so expensive for them to even dare come in 5 or 10 miles into our territory, that'll hold them off. That'll tell Xi Jinping in China, don't mess with the Americans, don't mess with the Ukrainians, don't mess with NATO members, don't mess with England and Germany, and don't mess with these guys, because they will band together. They will defend Ukraine, kick the ass of anyone who wants to come in there, and then go after them for war crimes. This will be a line in the sand you don't dare cross. That's what Zelensky is saying right now in private. He's saying, let us do the fighting for you, and we'll handle these guys. Politically, this is a great way to go, because no American politician, senator, congressman has to talk about the possibility that maybe somehow, perhaps, American soldiers will have to get involved in this skirmish. That would be a good thing, because the bad thing is that if the Ukrainians can't hold off the Russians, because Russians, as inefficient as they are and as terrible as they are on the fighting field, the problem is that they have so many army ants, they can just overrun the country of Ukraine because they have just millions more soldiers. I mean, they're producing bullets at an unbelievable pace. They're buying all of China's armaments. They're buying armaments from North Korea. They're getting stuff from Iran. Hey, the Russians are getting all kinds of help from 3 or 4 other countries to beat the crap out of the Ukrainians. And they'll just overrun them with numbers. It's inefficient as hell, but they'll do it. Then we have a problem. It is at that point in time that America does have a problem, and Britain and Germany and everyone else, because now you've got Ukraine with a puppet to run that country, which will be some dictator appointed by Putin, just like Belarus. And you're going to have Belarus, Ukraine bordering Poland and bordering all these other countries that border NATO. All of a sudden, NATO has on its front lines the Russians. Front lines. They're staring at each other. And the only way NATO can defend itself is if it gets backing from the American people. Because the European countries can band together as much as they want, but they need Big Brother on their back to really make it work. And America would want to defend NATO, would want to defend Western Europe, because Western Europe is America's one of its biggest customers for everything, and vice versa. We buy Benz's, they buy IBM stuff and Microsoft and Apple products. It's a good gig. The Russians, the Chinese, the North Koreans, the Iranians, they're just sitting back. They're doing this. They're watching the Russians throw slaughter after, just letting guys get slaughtered left, right, and center. Thousands of troops a week. Couldn't care less, because Putin is running for re-election. By the way, where's Navalny? Does anyone know where this prisoner is? Because wasn't he supposed to be an opposition guy once to run against I'll get back to that later, Colonel Jessup. Let's leave that one aside. In the meantime, if America does not back Ukraine and Ukraine gets run over, how do you think the Chinese are going to feel about Taiwan? They're just going to go. They talk the talk, these Americans, but they don't walk the walk. This is great. Do you remember the line in the sand in Syria? Wasn't there a line in the sand in Syria 8-10 years ago, and Congress wouldn't authorize the U.S. to defend against that? And Syria now is all Russia. And there's Hezbollah in Lebanon. And there's the Israeli problem. Oh, yeah, there's another one. There's the Israeli problem. Northern Israel right now, the first 5-10 miles in northern Israel where Lebanon is, all Israelis have been abandoned, have been evacuated quietly, quickly, out. All villages in northern Israel are now army barracks filled with Israeli troops ready to defend. They're just waiting for Hezbollah to launch their attack. The Iranians have to give the Hezbollah boys in Lebanon the word, here you go. They've been weaponized. They've got all the weapons. Don't worry about Hezbollah in Lebanon. They have all the rocket launchers they need, all the bullets, all the AK-47s. They got all the toys, all these Toyota pickup trucks loaded with these, guns. They're ready to go. The Israelis will make mincemeat out of most of these guys. Oh, of course. The game, though, is attack from the north and then find a way to attack from the south and create all kinds of havoc. Because if America isn't going to defend Ukraine, how are they going to defend Israel? And if the Chinese simultaneously launch an attack on Taiwan, they're throwing water cannons right now at Filipino boats and other countries' boats, just water cannon for now. If all that turns deadly, how in the world can America defend all of these guys at the same time? They won't even defend the Ukrainians who are doing the fighting for them. Well, what's your next alternative? And here it is. Here it comes. Here's where I lose 100 subscribers. Here's where that no one wants to talk to you about this. And I have a 2 million man force. Yeah, all those 16-year-olds right now, 15, 16-year-old kids in 2 years, 3 years, 18, 19. These 17, 18-year-olds will be 18, 19, and 20. They're all going to get drafted. And they're all going to become part of the U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, Marines, you name the branch, national effort, because America's under attack. All of its friends are under attack because America was too politically wrapped up in its own little clown game in the Congress to get anything done, and they weren't going to even fund the Ukrainians anymore to kick the asses of the Russians. It's unfathomable. And do you think it's happened before? Yes, it has. It has happened before. This is the thing about history. We keep talking about how history repeats itself. For 10 years, the warnings were out that if you don't stop this madman in Europe, it's going to get ugly over there. And America wanted to be an isolated country and leave the Europeans to figure out the Europeans, because the First World War had happened and there were a lot of casualties. And the politicians at that time, 20 years after the First World War, were going, we don't want to go back to this. Because you see, these are now old men. They were 25 and 35 years old in the First World War, but they're now 55 and older, and now they've matured out, and they don't want to send people over there again because it was bad enough the first time. And so nothing was done. And so America had all kinds of ways to theoretically help out, and they did on the side, under the table. They made deals. But at the end of it all, by the time America had to get involved in the Second World War, most of Europe had been conquered already by the Germans, and the Philippines and Pearl Harbor happened, and on it went. It was unthinkable that anyone would even attack America. I mean, how dare anyone even think of attacking America? What do you think the Chinese are sitting on right now? 2+ million men in their army. We could throw at this. We can throw 1 million bodies at these guys. People here. So Oh, and we don't have opinion polls that will knock us off our perch. In the USA, the opinion poll is worse than the voting booth because opinion polls are every week. Voting booths are every couple of years, presidentially every 4 years. They're easier to deal with, but these opinion polls are like every day. It's ridiculous. And so here we are. I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm going, I love this country. I love America. I love Canada. But, we got a lot of 18, 20-year-old kids out there that are 250 pounds. We got diabetes running rampant through our society. We have got out of shape people. What a mess. We are a sad sack group, health-wise. And of course, we fight over health, which is just unfathomable to Europeans and to other countries. You guys fight over access to doctors. Are you mad? Yes, we are. We are completely mad. And we have this fun little show going on in Canada and a fun little show going on in the United States. And we're battling each other because we love to fight each other. And the outside world is in disarray. And they're looking for leadership and can't find it. And now Zelensky is coming over to say, I really appreciated it a year ago when you helped fund us, but the funding you gave us was like 30 billion for like a year. These Russians haven't been defeated in a year. We can't knock them off. The best we can do with the Russians is hold them off. It's the best we can do. We cannot go to Moscow and defeat them. They have nukes. Okay, we can knock them back into the Russian territory, but we can't overrun them. But we can't even hold them off unless we get the help we need. We've got dwindling number of soldiers, but they're well trained and well equipped, when equipped, to fight off. One Ukrainian can knock off 10 Russians, but you got to help us keep that ratio going, because otherwise they will just overnumber us with 50 guys, 60 guys, 80 guys for every guy. That's the problem. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't. My flux capacitor doesn't always work like I like it to, but there are inconsistencies here. The Dow's up 22 points. We have 17 minutes to go before we open for the day. That's a fact. We're only up 24 points. We're down 3.7 on the S&P 500. And NASDAQ is up 9 points. Do you think we're going into the red? Yes, we are. We're going into the red. Now, one more thing to tell you about before the bell. Why was it, Colonel Jessup, if everything is so great and indexes are hitting new highs, why is it that yesterday, for the first time in years, all 7 Magnificent 7 stocks went down on the same day, and yet the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ were all higher? Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup? Can you explain that consistency to me? Did you order a code red? I need to know, why is it that Apple and Amazon and Google and NVIDIA and Tesla, they all went down yesterday. Every one of them dropped. And yet the market went up. 43% of the NASDAQ 100 is made up of the Magnificent 7. You would think that if all 7 stocks dropped all on the same day, they didn't drop 20 cents each, they dropped dollars. Why did NASDAQ go up yesterday? Colonel Jessup, can you explain that? Oh, by the way, do you know where Navadli is? Navadli, that opposition? We'll get back to him later. Let's put that aside. Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup? I think I can explain it, says Tom Cruise. I think I know what it is. There was a code red given. The code red said that instead of having the Magnificent 7 be responsible for 43% of the NASDAQ 100, we're going to rejigger the rules. We're going to change the game in the middle of the game. We're only going to give them 20% of the influence. We're going to rejigger the strength of these stocks on the NASDAQ 100. So that way, the other 93 stocks that make up the NASDAQ 100, they will now account for 80% of the movement of the market, And these stocks only account for 20% of the movement of the market. So we'll lessen their influence on the index and increase the influence on the other 93. And that's how, when those stocks dropped, all these index funds and hedge funds and mutual funds that are index funds that track the index, they all had to sell the Magnificent Seven yesterday. They all had to sell out. They had to lower the amount of shares of each of the 7 stocks down to a level that they only have 20% influence on the movement of the index. And all that cash that came out of it had to go into the 93 other stocks to rebalance the portfolio of the index. And so the index went up because you have 80% of the index getting the money and only 20% of the market taking out money. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. But isn't that jiggering the game? Isn't that changing the rules? And what about all the investors out there who bought all these shares and are investors long term in these companies or short term? Didn't they all just get a haircut yesterday? Well, yes, they did. They sure as hell did. But on the other hand, the folks who were long these 93 companies were winning. You see, they were ahead of the curve. And then there were losers. It's funny how Wall Street can change the rules, and Wall Street just keeps on going. And it's funny how investors out the outside who don't have a stockbroker, don't have an investment advisor, don't have someone on the inside to tell them, you should really offload all of your Magnificent Seven stocks last Thursday and wait until Monday afternoon to buy them back, because they're all going to drop off when we reorganize the index. Nobody got the call. Isn't that odd, Colonel Jessup, that no one got the call? Santiago was leaving the island for the rest of his life, and he hadn't packed a thing. Hadn't packed his socks, hadn't packed his underwear. All of his uniform was still in his closet. And he was leaving first thing in the morning. According to you, he was leaving at 5 a.m. on the first flight off the island. And at 2 in the morning, his closet was completely normal. He hadn't packed a thing. You, Colonel Jessup, were coming to Washington for 2 days, and you called your sister to tell her you're coming. You brought a change of clothes. You brought more toothpaste with you. You were all packed to go. Santiago was leaving for the rest of his life, and he hadn't packed a thing, and he hadn't called a soul. Why is it that the stock market does what it does, and nobody goes to jail? Do you find that odd, Colonel Jessup? Where's that Novotny guy, by the way? Anybody know what happened to him? I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that one. We'll get back to him later. I think somebody's calling a code red. And right now we're in the red for the S&P 500, 1.75 points. After an inflation report came out that seems to indicate that inflation is lower, which would seem to indicate that the Federal Reserve will absolutely lower interest rates next year. Absolutely. It just seems to be indicating all of these things. Why is it that if the Federal Reserve is going to lower interest rates and we're going to have a strong economy and it's all going to be just peachy keen fantastic, why is oil down $1.74 to $69.58? And why is the S&P negative 1.5 points with 11 minutes to go before we open for trading? Colonel Jessup, could you answer that question for me? Could you help us understand why this is going on? Just kind of curious. I'm just an old guy in a plain English kind of way asking questions that I'd like answers to. Because I'd like to say to all of you out there who are watching me, who are here live and on the rerun, and the millions of you who will follow me in the next week or two because of this fantastic spiel that I'm giving you today, the millions of you who are going to be my new fans, why is this market not reacting like it should if inflation has truly been whipped? I just can't quite understand it. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm glad you're here. Like I say, it's plain English. I'm just trying to help you figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm clearly having issues trying to figure this out. There must be a new math, like another new math on top of the new NASDAQ math that exists now, I guess. Headline coming out right now. A Fed interest rate cut in May. That's what the futures market is predicting. The futures market is predicting a lower interest rate. And rental housing and used cars are key contributors to November retail inflation. Are any of you out there aware of anyone other than yourselves? Are any of you out there aware of anyone who would like to sell their house and move somewhere else and have put it off or holding back? Going, we can't do it. Have you found out why? Have they told you? Stuff like, well, our house was worth more money last year at the height of this, recovery from COVID. Our house it's gone down 100,000. And the mortgage, the mortgage we have a 3% mortgage rate, and our payment is like $2,000 a month on what we got. And if we can sell, and we buy the same priced house where we want to go to, the mortgage there will be $3,300 a month. Others might say to you, well, yeah, we'd like to kind of upgrade our lives a little. We were thinking that when we retire, or now that we're, at the height of our earnings power, we thought we'd upgrade our house. We'd move from a 1,800 square foot house to a 2,700 square foot house, and we would go from 500,000 to 800,000. We got 500,000 down, or we've got 200,000 down, and we take a mortgage. We can't afford the payment. We would not want to be on the hook for the payment that we'd have to pay to borrow as much as we need to borrow versus what it would have cost us 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, we could have borrowed that money at a set low price. The payment would have been this, but now the payment is this. And we just aren't going to do that. We just can't do it. So that's killing a lot of people in the housing market. Now, renters out there, people who want to rent a house, and rather than buy a house, they want to rent a house. Or, couple now have a kid, another one coming, got to move out of that apartment or condo and move into a home, but can't buy a home, so we'll rent a home. The problem here is that these folks are renting homes at rates that are much higher than they were 2-3 years ago, because everyone has moved into the burbs. And the thing to do is to work from home. One of the things to do. And these folks want to join the party. Well, to get into the party, you're talking rent of $2,500, $3,500 a month and more. And these folks are going, can't afford it. It's too much. Now, maybe I'm being too naive at $2,500 a month. Maybe it's $4,500 a month, $5,000 a month. It's just unaffordable for a lot of people. And so this is inflationary too. This is the thing that the inflation people who talk about inflation, they don't really go into this part of the economy. Vehicle prices. Ford gives you a $6,000 credit if you buy an F-150 gas-powered pickup truck. But you got to now finance that thing, and you want to finance a $65,000, $70,000 F-150 with all the bells and whistles, because you want to get out of the SUV and into a super cab truck and whatever your reasoning. You go and finance a Ford truck for 10% interest, 60 grand, 5-year loan. You got to pay $12,000 in principal a year. That's $1,000 a month off the car value of the loan plus the interest. Good luck with all that. You want to pay $1,400 a month, $1,500 a month, $1,600 a month for a truck, or anything new that's $80,000 or $70,000. You want to live the American dream and drive a nicer car, nicer SUV, nicer wheels in the 60, 70, 80,000 neighborhood, and you've only got 30,000 cash or trade. You're financing the rest at unbelievable prices. That's higher inflation. That's inflationary. And that's why this inflation rate isn't going away. Of course, the other reason it's not going away is that a lot of workers in the United States and Canada have been screwed by their employers for 20 years in a row, almost. How many years in a row did you guys, yourselves, friends of yours, relatives, get 2% and 3% pay raises, if you got one at all? How many of you got promotions that came with a 2% pay raise? How many? You got taken to the cleaners by your employers because they said to you, hey, if you don't like this job, well, leave. Maybe one of us should just leave, says Kramer to Jerry in his apartment. And the employer knew you weren't going anywhere. because jobs were hard to come by 15 years ago. But now things have changed. COVID wiped out 10% of the workforce, gone, erased from existence. They were bought out or they died. Sorry to be so cruel. Of course, over the last 4 years, 10% of the workforce has retired, as it always does. 2.5% of the workforce disappears every year from aging. Normally, 2.5% new people come into the workforce. But if you eliminate people by having them die on you from COVID, the deniers, and then you have people who are bought out by corporate America, corporate Canada, to get out early, you now have a 15% gap between positions and people. And we're not increasing our birth rate. Is North America producing babies all over the place? We haven't done that 15, 20 years ago. So the workers coming into the economy, fewer and fewer and fewer. We have to import people. What's the appetite for America to import anyone from anywhere, legally or otherwise? Not so good, isn't it? Not so good. Norwegians are not lined up at the door in New York, dying to get into the United States. I hate to break it to you. Swedes are not coming. Finns aren't coming. Germans aren't coming. They're not coming because it's better where they are. They're not coming. So who's coming? Who? Everyone else. Every refugee in the world wants in. Some of which are very good people, unfortunately, but they're classified as, those people. So America and Canada has a problem. We are aging out as a workforce, and the replacements aren't coming in fast enough to take us out. And so up go the costs of labor for all corporations. Up goes inflation. This is inflationary. We're not going back to a 2% inflation rate for at least 2 to 3 more years. The rates where they are now will not go any lower. They are likely to go higher and stay there for 2 more years. The bond market doesn't want me to tell you that. The bond market doesn't want to hear that because it's going to cause a run on bonds. Bond prices will drop. Interest rates will go higher. Savers will get more money from interest rates. Seniors will finally win. They will get a higher return on their hard-earned saved money. And everyone else will get screwed. And there's the story of what's going on. And no one knows where Novotny is. Nobody knows. It's most incredible. Anyway, there you have it. We're about to open for trading. Thank you all for joining me today. Sorry if you had to unsubscribe because I'm, opinionated and I have my views. But then again, those of you who like this rant, maybe you should consider subscribing. Join the party, pal, and become a member of this channel, especially a Gold Bagel member, because this morning was another classic example of why you should be and should have been a Gold Bagel member for months now. The trading tip of the day. We went over the trading tip of the day. I talked about a trading tip that I delivered to you kids about a month ago. And I reviewed it this morning, and we took a look at it, and we found that, gosh darn to heck, if that trading tip that I did a month ago is really paying off. And folks figured out that, a whole bunch of my people who follow me here, they love these Iron Condor trading tips or these cash secured put trading tips or whatever. And they figured out that, if I would have done 10 of those, like he kind of suggested I should have thought of doing, I'd be up over $1,000 already on this trade just in like 4 weeks. And we're not done yet. And his cost of his Gold Bagel program to be a member of his Gold Bagel group is $300 a year. It's $25 a month. This trade tip, which is just paying out, it's already would have netted me $1,000. That's 3 years of this right here. One tip from a month ago. Today we did another one. What can I say? It pays to be a member of this channel if you are serious about making money in this market. Larry Titus, I cannot thank you enough. for doing what you do. Thank you for hitting them there bells. Welcome to the party, pal. That's right, baby. Welcome to the Nakatomi Tower. We're going to have all kinds of fun here. The bells, says JR. The bells. Thank you, Larry. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Yesterday, the United States Treasury tried to sell $50 billion in treasuries to raise money for its deficits and funding needs. It didn't go well. Colonel Jessup, if the markets are hitting all-time highs and America is as great as it is, as they say it is, and it's certainly, being verified, is the greatness of America is being verified by high markets. Why is it then that the $50 billion treasury auction yesterday fell flat on its ass? Can you explain that, Mr. Colonel Jessup? Could you explain that to the court? We have inconsistencies here that we'd really like to figure out. By the way, Colonel Jessup, why is the Dow only up 29 points right now? The S&P is down 7 and NASDAQ is down 10. Didn't we just get good news on the inflation front? Colonel Jessup, could you explain that to the court? Could you help us out here? We're curious as to why this is. Did you order a code red? By the way, where's Novotny? Where's this guy, this opposition guy that you had the Russians had in a maximum security prison? Where's he? Why can't the Russian Ministry of Prisons let the lawyers for the prisoner know where he is? He was supposed to be in court today. He was supposed to be in court today. He didn't show up. Could you let us know where he is? We'd love to know. Gavin Trailer, thank you, my friend, for becoming a member of the channel. Gold Bagel level member. You're awesome, man. Thank you. And all of you who are becoming members of this channel, can I thank you enough? No, I can't. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, thank you so much for moving up your membership from regular member to Gold Bagel level or becoming a member for the first time. If you're a member of this channel, you can comment now during market time. And of course, you get the trade alert every morning. You also get the pre-alert show every morning, and you get the Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening primetime live show, all for being a Gold Bagel member of the channel. That's 44 additional features that you get for jumping up from a $10 level to a $25 level per month and being a Gold Bagel member. And I cannot find an excuse why you shouldn't consider becoming a Gold Bagel member, because the trade alert alone, just the trade tips alone, more than make up for it. But then that's just, remember, I'm an opinionated old man. I might be too offensive for some people. 83 thumbs ups. I think that's what we have right now. Thank you, kids. Those of you who've been able to hit the thumbs up button, I do appreciate this. Oh, by the way, thank you. Shout out to those of you out there who have been letting me know that you would like lesson number 17. We just did lesson 17 live on Saturday. It's in editing right now. I'm just waiting for Emily to finish editing. Some of you are saying to me, Bruce, I'm sending you $150 US right now on your PayPal account. And please send me a copy of a lesson 17 the minute it's available. I couldn't make the class live, but I'm definitely interested. If you're curious, there's the PayPal address there. It's either scrolling now or you see it down below in the description. Make a donation, $150 US, and send me a private email to say, Bruce, here's my email right here, bruceforman@hotmail.com. I just sent you $150. Please send me number 17 as soon as available. Send me a direct link. That'd be great. If any of you have been trying to buy lessons on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, this website right here, and you've made your payment there and you can't find the link, or you've lost your link to a lesson, send me a private email and say, hey, Bruce, listen, I bought lesson number 2 months ago. I watched it once and I want to watch it again. I can't find it in my computer. Would you mind sending me that link? I can do that because I can verify that you paid for it. So no problem. Just send me a private email and we'll try to take care of you. Okay. Thank you all for your support of this channel. You are awesome. And Jennifer thanks you too, because we see the doctor tomorrow, the surgeon tomorrow. And things are going to start happening to us now. Oh my gosh, there you go. All right, what do we got? We're down 15 on the Dow. We're down 12 on S&P. We're down 27 on NASDAQ. We're down $1.93 on oil, 69.40. Colonel Jessup, can you explain why the markets were supposedly hitting all-time highs and oil is under $70 a barrel? How can that be? If the economy is so good, how is oil falling off in price? Could you explain that to him? And why are all three markets off right now if inflation is under control? Isn't this what the bond market thought was going to happen? Can you explain to us what Chairman Powell is going to say tomorrow afternoon? Do you think, Colonel Jessup, that it is possible when the Federal Reserve Chairman, Mr. Powell, speaks tomorrow, that the market might drop 1,000 points if he indicates that we might have to raise rates to battle inflation? Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup, that is a possibility? Do you think that might happen? Or are you going to pull a code red? I don't know. Farmalus, JR, speaking of home buying, I've seen some pig dropping type homes for sale that need a lot of work in small town, Oklahoma, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, over 100,000. And that's on a standard lot, not acreage. Dude, the great thing about the Gold Bagel Tips is it continues the education in the lessons and makes you a better reader. I know I feel confident to write my own condors now. Zeta State, thumbs ups for Bruce. Stephen Butler, number 78, Royal Bermuda Gazette had an article on the economic impact of cruising in Bermuda. There were mixed views in the comments on whether it was a positive for the island or not. That is a good point. A whole bunch of Caribbean countries are asking exactly the same thing about cruising, with these behemoth ships coming in with 3,000 people that just buy a bottle of water and a t-shirt and a keychain. They don't drop 10, 20 grand on anything luxurious. They don't go to fancy restaurants. They eat on the ship. They don't go to bars for hours on end. They get drunk on the ship. They don't get spa treatments on shore. They get that on the ship. They come on the shore with tours, and 80% of the money, 70% of the money that's paid for the tour goes to the ship, goes to the cruise line as a commission. Only pennies goes to the tour operator. These countries are asking, why are we bothering letting thousands of these people, 3-4 ships every day, 4,000 or 5,000 per ship, overrun us? We can't handle it. It's traffic jams and you name it, and they don't obey street laws and stuff. Why are we doing this? DQ and number 81. I'm lurking today. JR, and down we go. There you go. DQ says, welcome, Gavin Trailer. Welcome to the channel. JR, option writers are turning green right now. Dude, reader. Whoops, I meant trader. JR, welcome, Gavin. Welcome to the party, pal. Alex, welcome to the party, pal. White Feather, welcome to the gang, Gavin. Splair, welcome from me as well. Flint Creek, welcome, Gavin, to the channel. If you join this channel, I guarantee you that a whole bunch of viewers who are watching will welcome you into the party, and will more than welcome your commentary, and you're part of the gang now. Join the happiest people on YouTube. Join this channel and become one of them, because we don't mind if the markets go down. We make money. That's the goofy thing. Look at the spiders, down 127. Qs are down 55 cents. GameStop is only up 15. SoFi down 11 cents. Apple down 79. Enphase 98.57, down 4.98. Netflix up 180. Adobe only up 78 cents. Nvidia trying to go up 159. Tesla down 5.35 to 234.39. We've got Unity off 26, Google down 83, Moderna down 5.30, Cisco's off 9 cents, Pfizer down 27, IBM down 9, HPQ's up 13, Microsoft up 97 cents. It's been dropping from the 390s to the 370s now, 372. We got Amazon up just 41 cents, Home Depot up 117, Vanek Vectors off a couple pennies here. Goldman down 154, Boeing down 12, Meta down up a penny, Target down 91, JP Morgan up a penny, Costco up 53, Walmart down 13. Disney's down 46 cents to 91.74. American Airlines holding a 14-cent gain. AMC is down 7 cents. DraftKings down 26. Royal Caribbean down 28 cents to 120 a share, which is still way too Hi. 16-point drop on the Dow, 12 on S&P, 16-point drop on NASDAQ, and oil down $2 a barrel. Colonel Jessup, why is oil down $2 a barrel if everything is just great? I don't understand how America can be doing so well and oil dropping like this. It makes no sense. This is West Texas Intermediate. Why isn't it $110 a barrel? Isn't there a war going on in Ukraine? Isn't there a war in Israel? Isn't there a potential war in Taiwan? Why is oil at $69 a barrel? Don't understand it. I'm wondering all about that. Welcome to the party, pals. Your buddy Uncle Bruce is here, and what can I say? I'm noticing inconsistencies, and I'm trying to figure it out. Some things are just not adding up correctly. I'll tell you this: 2 years ago, roughly 2 years ago, 2021, we hit the all-time highs. We hit all-time highs in November, December of 2021. And what happened back at that time? Who was the president of the United States back in 2021? Was Joe Biden? That's interesting. Who's the president now? Joe Biden. Well, that doesn't make sense. Colonel Jessup, how is it that the markets are hitting their all-time highs twice during the same presidency, and every Republican said there would be a catastrophic drop in everything if Biden became president? Can you explain that to us? Why is that? But I'll tell you something else. 2 years ago, interest rates 2 years ago were zero at that time. Inflation was not an issue yet. It showed up 4 months later, but not at that time. No one saw it coming. We're all here going, oh, all-time highs. Woohoo! Corporate America was reopening from COVID. It was good times. It was, hey, this is great. Everything's reopening. All the hotels are going to be packed. The airlines are going to be busy. Disney World, Universal Studios, all the movie chains are opening again. All the sports teams are playing. Oh, wow. This economy is just going to be the best thing ever. And then 6 months later, the market had a dump on its hands. We were in the bear market within 6 months. What happened? Now we've worked all the way back to here. Why are we back to here? Interest rates are 5.5%. Inflation is still a problem. Housing is businesses have opened, but businesses are actually forecasting lower sales. Hasbro just dropped 20% of their employees last night, 2 weeks before Christmas. How does a toy company do that? There's got to be some real bad stuff happening at Hasbro. If you have to announce a 20% layoff of 1,100 people 2 weeks before Christmas, and you're a toy company, this is like the NFL laying off people a month before Super Bowl. I mean, what? This makes no sense. Colonel Jessup, how is it that a toy company lays off 20% of its staff 2 weeks before Christmas? How bad is the economy really? I mean, are toys not selling this year? How can toys not be selling? I thought everything was great. I don't understand. Weird stuff, kids. I don't understand how we hit new highs when we have these kinds of negative announcements coming up. I don't get it. I know the market is forward looking. They keep telling me this. They've been telling me since I was in my early 20s that, well, markets, Bruce, are forward looking. Well, what are they looking at now? What are they actually looking at? Are they looking at the right things, or are they missing some obvious signs of distress? Just what's really happening here? Colonel Jessup, could you tell us anything about that? We're down 218 on oil, 69.14. We're going into the 68 level now. We are dropping here like a rock on oil. This is disturbing. Yet the VIX is negative 0.21. That's a positive. The fear index is better. Colonel Jessup, could you tell me why the fear index is looking so good and everything else is looking so bad? This makes no sense, Colonel Jessup. We don't understand why Santiago hadn't packed a thing when he was leaving the base for the rest of his life. It wasn't like he was going home for a holiday. You were kicking him off the base forever. He was going home. Why hadn't he packed a thing? 4 hours before his flight was supposed to leave. Is he a real quick packer? Was that it? It makes no sense, sir. We are trying to understand what's going on. Strangest things are going on. Welcome to the party, pal. All of you, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. We have, I don't know how many we have, 80 something, 90 something. How are we doing on the thumbs up meter? My meter is jammed up today. 92, I see now. Thank you, everybody. If you're giving us a thumbs up, let us know what number you are, because my meter is sticky today. I don't know why. Colonel Jessup, can you tell me why the thumbs up meter is sticky today? When I've got some of the greatest viewers YouTube has ever had, why is it that my channel's thumbs up meter is sticky? Could you explain that? By the way, do you know where Novotny is? You know, that political prisoner that Russia has? Maximum security, 19 years sentence, last I heard. Any idea why he disappeared? The lawyers don't know where he is. There's something very odd going on. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? Welcome to the party, kids. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. Just trying to figure out what to make of it all. Sometimes even I can't tell you. Even the Colonel can't tell us, unless he ordered a code red. If he ordered a code red, there might be more to it than that. But Colonel, did you order the code red? Just curious. I'm not supposed to ask you that question, but curiosity. Just kind of curious. Did you order the code red? Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thank you all for popping through here. Let's see here. Yes, Class 17 was great, says White Feather. Exactly the information I needed. Splayer, my 3 newest written Canopy $1 calls are green. I wrote them during the week. Last week, Zed Estate, Uncle Bruce, will Rugman be hawkish or dovish? JR. Colonel Jessup, I don't need no explanation. Just hand over the moolah, okay? Splayer, now hopefully I get that print from 80 cents to 60 on the stock and everything will be perfect. JR, my relatives recently bought a starter home. Never thought I would hear starter home and $1 million in the same sentence. Gasp. Richard Carlin is in the house. DQ, mind if the markets go down? Heck, I need the markets to go down. I don't mind. JR. DQ, ditto. Alex, SoFi under 8, if anyone is bargain hunting, 786. 1501 on GameStop, down 6 cents. It's come back up. The Qs are down 39. The spiders are down 84. AI down 59. The Dow down 3.4. Hector, a down market, please. Dude, I'm going to call that Tesla gold bagel tip I've been on about today or tomorrow. It's coming at 268. So after 8 rolls, I did okay. I think I'm going to roll again, this time out in time. There you go. Wing Commander. Good morning. Workday's finished. I'm finally here. Number 90. Thank you, my friend, for letting me know what number you are. Dude, Enphase is coming down 4% today. Alex, I got some here at 791 on the old SoFi. Alex, that's a nice move. Dude, a SoFi all day, every day. Bobby, still Spire's going higher than my voice is kicked into the pills here. Spire 703 up 23. Richard, Spire receives multi-million euro contract from MEU Metsat. Very good. Confused, says dude. Zed Estate, GameStop hits 15. Double D, dip, SoFi dip. John Anderson, hello, everybody. Dude, Colonel Jessup, what say you? Can you set up a nice credit spread for us? Bagel Babe, I'm number 97. You're damn right I did, says Richard Carlin. You damn right I did. So I'm in around the 10 o'clock time frame. The markets will start running again. CPI data is merely a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound. You have no legs. You have no arms. Oh, it's just a flesh wound. Come over here. I'll fight you like a man. Bobby Atkinson, I need pills. There you go. Welcome all. Oh, man. We're down 12 on the Dow. We're down 8 on S&P. We're down 15 on NASDAQ. Slight dip in the indexes. I just wonder when this is going to really pick up steam and we get a crap kicking here, because we are overbought. And we're a little too high here and there, but down 65 on AI. Only Spire is up 20 cents. GameStop is up a penny, 1508, 788 on SoFi. Spiders down 71, Q's are down 18, Apple's down $1.18, Enphase down 4.40, Netflix up 32 cents, Adobe up 3.44, Nvidia up 6.11, Tesla down 4.61, Unity down 3, Google down 1.31, Moderna down 4.58, Cisco down 15, Pfizer down 3 cents. The IBM is up about 70, HPQ holding a 26-cent gain, Microsoft down 11, ME down a penny, Amazon down 14, Home Depot up $1.50, Vatic Vector's up 84, Goldman down 36, Boeing is up 39 cents, Meta down 210, Target down 71, JP Morgan up 40, Costco up a quarter, Walmart down 79 cents, Disney down 28, American Airlines is up 19 cents, AMC down a dime, DraftKings up 13 cents, Royal Caribbean down 29 cents. There's where we're at. That's it. So it's what I see. It's what I see. Zed says Democrats are pro-SoFi. Alex says it all about position writing. Everything is red and my portfolio is up 10%. Dude, it's true. This market is made of whiffets and puffets. Up we go. Hector, if markets drop, Ryan Cohen's cash has more power. See, dude, earnings per share, does that even matter anymore? There's a question. These are all good questions. Colonel Jessup, we have all kinds of questions. We're all kind of curious what your thoughts are on these inconsistencies that keep coming up under your command. We just are stunned that there would be these inconsistencies in your command. After all, you're a pretty strict commander. You run a pretty tight ship, and there seem to be a bunch of inconsistencies on the go here. And we're wondering, why is GameStop up 11 and SoFi down 17? Those are questions we'd like answered. We don't mind SoFi at 790. It's a bargain, but we prefer it at 1790 so we can write options. But GameStop up 11, it's okay. What are your thoughts, Colonel Jessup? Can you help us make sense of this? Zed Estate, can GameStop handle the truth or not? That's a good question, Zed. These are very fair questions. Truth, maybe can't handle the truth. Maybe that's it. I wonder. And why is it that Hasbro has to lay off 20% of their staff? A toy company, 2 weeks before Christmas. Why would that be? I wondered. Zed Estate, I'm number 101 on your thumbs up meter. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, don't you think it's because of the potential invasion by Venezuela into Guyana for 2/3 of the oil-rich part of SC Quibo? You know what I wonder about this comment? I love Lorraine. Thank you for mentioning this. I found it interesting. Let's go to Russia, and let's have a vote, okay, for the Russian people. Should Ukraine be taken over by Russia? Or how about we go to the Iranians and we ask the Iranians a vote? Should we annihilate Israel from the face of the earth? Or how about we have a vote in Hamas, in Gaza with the Hamas fighters? Do you think that Israelis should be eviscerated from the planet, or should they be allowed to flourish and survive? Let's ask Venezuela. Should we get 2/3 of the oil of Guyana because we think they stole it from us? What? It's not non-binding. It's not like we're going to invade or anything. Let's work it out. Brian, number 101. Good morning, everybody. Just hearing about Hasbro laying off staff. This is crazy. This is December. Cindy, good morning. I also think I'm the 101st thumbs up. Hector, truth is subjective. The number of cars parked at the Walmart parking lots are all monitored by the eyes in the sky. There you go. Maybe what it is all the cars in Walmart, maybe half of them are actually parked there because people live in their cars. This is where homeless people live. Those who live in their cars park at a Walmart parking lot. Maybe that's why the cars are there all the time. I don't know. Same with Target and Home Depot and Lowe's and Costco and Cabela's and these other places that allow you to park overnight. Why is it that there are all these RVs parked in Walmarts all the time and other retail locations? People let them park overnight. Is it because they can't afford camping fees and they're homeless? Some of these RVs are 20 years old. They're too old to be allowed into campgrounds. Certain campground operators will not allow 25-year-old RVs on their property. It's 10 years or newer. Otherwise, they know we got a squatter. They won't ever leave. They'll pull in, and then they'll deflate their tires, and they'll just sit there. And now we got to evict them. Yikes. I wonder, DQ, Alexa, play Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons Project. Dude, Uncle Bruce, you're always looking at the bright side of life. There you go. Always look on the bright side of life. Isn't that right, Colonel Jessup? We'll look at the bright side of life. Let's sing a song to Santiago's parents. Always look at your son's coming home in a body bag. Yeah, he's coming home. Can we say yuck? I think so. We're down 3.4 on the Dow. It's nothing bad, but it's nothing good. We're down 5 on S&P, almost 6. NASDAQ down a point. Oil down 238, 68.95 on oil. Yuck is the word. I think that's the word right there. AI down 23. Spiders down 53. Qs are up 26. GameStop up 2. SoFi down 16. Those are the early morning returns right here, right now in Stock Markets with Bruce Land. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm glad you're here. DQ, a great song by Alan Parsons. Great song. Here you go. I'm glad you could join us today. I hope you're making money in the markets. Keep your eyes on your condors, and keep track of how those options are depreciating. Those of you who've written options over the last few weeks and months, and always look at rollovers in your favor. Always, dude. Oil. It's always oil. Karen, my Alexa is playing the song right now. Brian, you know what grinds my gears? At the cash register of a grocery store, they ask you to donate to local food banks. Who the hell do you think you are? They are making record profits and they sell food. Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. There was a statistic about a month ago that came out that 1 in 10 people in Toronto now use food stamps. 1 in 10 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, if you dig into that a little bit, you'll find that it's not 10% of the population. It's the equivalent of 1/10 of the population. It's many reusing and reusing the service, but nonetheless, food demand from food banks in Toronto is record highs, and Toronto is Canada's largest city, one of the most affluent cities in North America, Toronto, and yet food usage, food requests. You know, the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club, you want to buy a ticket to a game, you'd be lucky to find one outside the door of the arena for under $400. Baseball, they just tried to land Ohtani. They probably matched the Dodgers' offer of $700 million, which would have put the hot dogs at $20 each. They didn't get them. It's amazing. Yeah, there's money in Toronto, but there's also poverty. Lorraine, correction. This is 2/3 of Guyana. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Lorraine. Appreciate that comment you made. We're down 19.8 points now on the Dow. We're down 19.8. We're off 5 points on the S&P. NASDAQ is actually 6 points to the positive. It's trying to go up. Alberto is here. JR, you can start now. I'm here, but no video. I have a prosperous day, Bagel Familia. Time to hit the streets of Saint Martin. He's still on a cruise. Welcome, Alberto. Enjoy yourself in Saint Martin. You'll get a kick out of the beach vendors trying to rent you a lounger with an umbrella and a bucket of beer. You'll get a kick out of those guys. There's a bunch of those guys. Brian, don't get me wrong. I have volunteered for food banks. They are definitely needed, but this pisses me off because I need food too, so I have to keep shopping there. That's just it. Beach Boy, hi, Uncle Bruce. I wrote Rocket Lab. January 2025, $4 cash secured puts, 84 cents. And I got some more SoFi at 784. It's now 7:32. Come on, Noto. My average is down to 6:32. Thank you very much. Way to go there, Beach Boy, using money from cash secured puts on Rocket Lab to buy SoFi shares at the lows of the day. Nice. Dude, enjoy your vacation, Alberto. Hector, Alberto, find a tour where you are crew on a sailing boat. They go fast. There's that. Oh, my. Fun times at the OK Corral. 15.10 on GameStop, plus 3 on the day. SoFi is at 790, down 16. The Dow's off 17 points. S&P down 4.4. And NASDAQ trying to hold a 7-point gain right now. That's what I see here. Beach Boy, Saint Martin, here it's raining. Someone please arrest this pile dancer tourist. This is insanity. I love it. I love it. Way to go, Alberto. Thanks, dude. It says, Alberto, get that dinero to everybody. Hector, I have a fishing trip, slow and steady excursion. There you go. DQ. Quick, someone hide Alberto's other kidney. Mandu number 5, 106 thumbs up, Bruce. Good morning, everybody. Alberto, Beach Boy. No. Bobby, grab my next 10, 790 SoFi today. And Alberto, DQ, blah, blah, blah. There you go, kids. The fun has just begun. Welcome to the channel, everybody. It's great having you here, and hope you're getting info out of the day today that makes sense. Hope I'm helping you try to understand what the heck is going on or not going on, or why things are happening the way they're happening and not happening. We do the best we can with what we have, and I welcome you all to the party. It's nice to see you all here. A DQ says, Alberto, you sound just like my wife. Blah, blah, blah. Wah, 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 wah. Spire, $7 a share, up 20. I don't know what's going on. It's at the highest level now, this $7 level. We haven't seen this since March of this year. That's the last time Spire was here. It was March. Now, this was a pre-split and everything else, but it's a long time ago that this stock has been up here. So something's going on. I don't know what it is, but there's something good happening, perhaps. Something good. 27.84 on AI, down 32 cents. Spiders are down 42. Qs are up 37. The GameStop is up 7 to 15.14. 794 on SoFi. The low on SoFi today, see if I can get this to show up properly. The low was 782. We're now at 794. So 12-cent recovery already on 7.5 million on SoFi this morning. So that sell-off didn't last long. Apple down 74 cents. Enphase down 5.27. So there you go. Alberto, SoFi should be nicknamed Semi. DQ, smart wife, by the way. DQ, so why? Bobby, before split, Spire would be 87 cents today, by the way. Alberto, ooh, even better. Karen, darn, I sold my Spire last week, says Karen. Brian, wow, Spire range is 280 to 1080 this year. 280 to 1080. Isn't that something? It's weird. Alex, flipping, heck, my second stink bid on SoFi was 781, swing and a miss. There you go. Well, you've got an order in there. If you get lucky, you get lucky. 15.11 on GameStop, 792 on SoFi. Interesting stuff. Tesla's still down 349. We've got Google still down 84 cents. Moderna down 445. Cisco's down 12. Who else is red? Goldman down 98. Target down 76. Walmart down 44. Disney down 26. AMC down 7. Royal Caribbean down 48. Those are the losers. Winners, Spire 710 up 30. Qs are up 62. GameStop plus 3. Netflix up 71 cents. Adobe up 83. Nvidia up 659. We've got Unity up 13. Pfizer up 8, IBM up $1.03, HPQ up 29, Microsoft up 58 cents. It's not a lot, but it is a gain on Microsoft. What else is going on? Other winners, Amazon up 23 cents, Home Depot up 74. Vanik Semiconductors holding an 85-cent gain at 167.23. Boeing up 46, Meta up 446, JP Morgan up 48, Costco up 293, American Airlines up 21, DraftKings up 4. Those are the winners. Not dramatic, big-time, multi-dollar winners like all over the place. It's a lot of pennies here. This market's going lower. We're down 25, 26 on the down now. We're going to go lower. No, wait a minute. We're positive. Sorry, we're positive 25 points on the down. Sorry about that. We have a buy program kicking in, but not very strong actually. We're still down 1.5 on S&P. We're up 11 on Nasdaq. Oil down 220 at 69.10. Oil is threatening $68 again. Here we are. I don't know. We'll see. What else? Bobby, 1080 would be 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Brian, I went through all my spending in November. My mortgage takes up 30%, groceries 15% of my after-tax earnings. Anyone else in a similar situation or worse? DQ, Beach Boy says, DQ, you were supposed to just lurk. Kudos to your wife. Prepare for the doghouse. There you go. Trouble. What can we say? I don't know. Very, very, very interesting morning so far. Inconsistent day. Very inconsistent with inconsistent news, inconsistent reactions to news. The market seems to be getting what it wants, but it's not happy with what it's getting from what it wants. We have some weird stuff going on here. Colonel Nathan Jessup, did you order the code red? Just tell us if you did, because that would make all the sense in the world. Now we know what's going on. We just kind of wonder if maybe you just ordered the code red. Just kind of let us in on it. Help us out here. We can make this go away a lot faster. We can all move on with our lives. Colonel, just fill us in on that code red thing. We're just curious whether you called it. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know, kids. We've got thumbs ups coming through. Thank you all. I think we're at 109 thumbs ups. And if that is the case, I thank you. If you can spare any thumbs ups out there, it would be much appreciated here. By all means, thank you very, very much. Anyway. Fun times at the OK Corral today, definitely. Okay. Ooh, yes. And where are we at here? Just checking through some more messages here. DQ, I like that you believe anything I say, Beach Boy, like I'll work or that I have a wife. It's all good. Whatever works for you guys. I'm all right. It's okay. Thank you. Thanks for being here. 793 on SoFi, down 14. Okay. Cheers, everybody. All of you around the world got some diet caffeine-free Coke going. Oh yeah. Very good. Very good. Brian is saying here, I'm going to ask for a 10% raise in January. Wish me luck, haha. I got 5% last year, and the past 6 years, I've gotten another 3%. I need more money. Every bill I have is 30% higher than 3 years ago. And then the DQ, thank you for getting the jokes, Uncle Bruce. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce sees inconsistencies. I remember that. I'm divorced now. There's all kinds of inconsistencies here. I'm inconsistently single at the moment, says Beach Boy. There you go. He doesn't seem miserable. I can tell you that. He did not seem miserable. Splair, cheers from me back with a guava juice right on Splair. Lorraine, Beach Boy, I get it. You are stealing my thunder. There you go. We are positive 43 on the Dow at the moment. We're still down just a shade under a point, just barely a bit of a point here on S&P, half a point maybe. We're up 13 on NASDAQ. I wonder, 68.93 on oil, 68.93, down 239 a barrel. Oil still down, and it's off 3.38%, down 241 now. falling. Oil is falling. Brian, Ford cuts their plan for 2024 production of their electric F-150 Lightning. They're going to cut that in half. Brian, just means more buyers for Tesla. I agree. Ford is absolutely abandoning the program, as well as GM. They're still going to do it, but they are reluctant. They want to just sell cars that run on gas and diesel. They just want to make easy money on 1950s technology. That's where they want to be at. That's not good for America. Credit Savage of Wall Street, Uncle Bruce, these cash secured puts stink, asks, are just not triggering on AI. I guess people just don't want to hold my money. That's okay. I just won't trade today. I have patience, not going to chase anything. Come and get me. Exactly. If they're not coming to take you out, then you wait. Fold your arms and just wait for the money to come to you. You're the one offering the casino. You're the casino offering the slot machine to play on. Sooner or later, a sap will come by and play your slot machine. It's only a matter of time. Splair, Lyft is doing good in the shadows of Uber, says Splair. Hector, and Jerome Powell has immense power, and not just tomorrow. Indeed, he does. Indeed, he has tremendous power. These markets, 500 points up or down, depending on what he says tomorrow, or nothing. And it could be 1,500 points over a week on what he says and how he says it. But I got to tell you, the market tries not to believe him. They try not to pay attention to him. They try not to listen to his warnings. They desperately want to go higher. They want lower rates. They want higher markets. That's what they want. And they're putting every spin they can put on every story that's coming out to try to justify why they think they're right and they should ignore Powell. I think you ignore Powell at your risk. Brian, did you guys talk about Buffett's dropping more HBQ? Also, I checked his portfolio yesterday. It's 50% Apple, which is worth $156 billion. They're up 300% on that position. This is just the stock. Imagine the options. How about that? Zed, who has the most SoFi, Manager or Beach Boy? I think Manager has the most. Beach Boy, and then there's Alberto, and then there's many others who have pretty good positions around here, and of course the rest of all of you combined, and it's pretty good. Credit Savage, Beach Boy, because he actually owns them. Beach Boy, or does Zed Estate have the most? Does he have the most shares of SoFi? Does Manager? Does Zed Estate do it? There you go. All kinds of questions. Spire is up 27 cents. AI down 32. Spiders are down 19. Qs are up 44. GameStop is negative, down 6 cents. And SoFi down 16 at 791. Brian, Manager says he is dropping his to focus on ODT. I think he lost his mind. Ha ha. There you go. Don't know what to say about that. I have no idea. What I do know about SoFi, here's something I do know about SoFi. Let me pass this little ditty on to you, okay? If you're a shareholder of SoFi and you're a fan of SoFi and you've written cash secured puts on SoFi, it would behoove you to understand something. This is the 12th of December. That means in 19 days, it's the end of the month. And that means that SoFi will have finished its fourth quarter of the year, along with many, 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 many other companies who have December 31 and the end of that day being their fourth quarter. For SoFi, it means that as of Jan 1, they're starting their first quarter of 2024. And now they're preparing their financial statements for public release with respect to the fourth quarter of 2023. This is the quarter, the one we're in right now, that we have been told time and time again by SoFi management that they are expecting to go cash flow positive for the corporation. This is the time. I think at $7.92 a share that this might be possibly one of the last weeks that we're going to be around here. It's possible between now and the end of the year we stay around this 798 something level. On the other hand, if any analysts pick up on it, we may begin to notice a bunch of analysts beating the drums, to get your attention, to say to you guys, hey, you guys who are not paying attention. Hi, Jen, come on in. That SoFi, with the fourth quarter being accomplished here, is way undervalued because they are now a profitable corporation. This changes the dynamic of SoFi going forward because there are many institutional buyers out there, of which many you don't know who they are. You've never heard of them. You never will know. That will not invest in any company unless it's a money-making company. They won't own stock in companies that lose money. They wait until they turn cash flow positive. And only then do they begin to take positions, long-term positions, in companies that just started making money and are growing it out from here. And the next 10 years, think about this, there will be all kinds of funds in the next few months that will be buying SoFi for the next 10 years to wait it out and just enjoy 40 quarters of growth, earnings growth, every quarter, bigger and bigger and bigger. Because SoFi is not shrinking, they're growing. They're adding members like crazy. They're adding deposits like crazy. This is a growing concern. And there are a ton of entities out there who are very well aware of SoFi. They know all about it. They're just biding their time. They're waiting for SoFi to officially release financials showing positive cash flow growth so they can get in it. The other group of investors that are waiting are those entities that cannot buy SoFi until it's a member of the S&P 500. They have to wait for that inclusion. Now, you cannot become an S&P 500 member unless you have 4 consecutive quarters of profits. And maybe, just maybe, a year from January, so 13 months from now, we get the fourth quarter of profits released by SoFi, and they qualify for inclusion into the S&P 500. Now, what that means is the speculation will begin, and people will say, well, what is the cap value of SoFi now that they've had 4 quarters in a row of earnings, and we can now project the next 4 quarters beyond that. The shares may well be at $20 a share a year from now, on their way to 40. Well, if SoFi is trading at triple the value they are now, that would put them at $22+ billion of market cap. And that's the kind of number that qualifies you for inclusion into the S&P 500, which means the minute they're able to join the S&P 500, like Uber just did, that means their shares will now be eligible for investing for index funds that track the S&P 500. And every index fund must then buy SoFi stock. They have to have it to mirror the performance of the index. There are dozens of these around the world. We're talking billions of dollars of buying will come into the stock. This is why 19 days from now, it's really important. December 31, 20 days from now, or 19 days from now, it's Jan 1. And we wait till the report is out by the end of January, early February. Here comes the report of the fourth quarter for SoFi for 2023. That's why this 791, 797 stock price is laughable. I look at this and go, anyone who's selling out now is truly idiotic or is blissfully unaware of what I've just told you guys. They don't get the right advice from the right people about why you own SoFi. This is why you own it and why you sit on it and why you acquire it and why you don't write options on it right now. You let the stock make its move. You can write cash secured puts of course, if you don't want to own the actual paper, you've got $1,000 lying around. You can write a cash secured put, a $10 secured put for Jan 25, Jan 26, if you wish. It goes up in value. Those puts will collapse. You'll buy them for a fraction, and now you can write 12s, or you can write 14s, or you can write 50s. Sure, you can play SoFi for months and months and months and months and years and never own it by writing cash secured puts as it rises along? Yeah, of course. It's up to you. We're at $7.98 a share. Somebody must be listening to me. $7.98. We're getting higher on SoFi. The fact that it's under $10 right now is a joke. It's an absolute farce of the market. But remember, you who are here know what I know. There's a ton of stock short. There's a ton of SoFi shorted. 131 million officially. There's got to be 1 billion unofficially shorted on this stuff. So you've got powerful forces who are trying to crush this market. And then you've got the silent buyers coming in here going, you know what? I'm going to get ahead of Warren Buffett. I'm going to get ahead of these other hedge fund buyers, these long-termers. I'm getting ahead of these guys. I'm grabbing this now. Let them come in behind me at 10, 12, 14, 16. When they pay 14, 15 a share, they know they have a $40 stock. Don't think they're stupid. Okay, they're not idiots. They can't buy it now. They cannot buy it now. Their funds have certain caveats of performance. And this company doesn't qualify yet for a lot of these billionaire type funds to get in here. But when they do get in here, they will be buying into a profitable company that is getting more profitable. And they don't mind paying 14, knowing it's going to 45 or 50 or 60. They don't mind. They make a lot of money on profitable companies. This stock is about to be added to the list. That's all. Nothing sinister, nothing else. It's just fact. We're $7.98, $7.99 right now on the stock of SoFi. It is a bargain extraordinary. That's all I can say. Jen, how are you?
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I was on a rant today.
I heard you.
Oh, I was having fun. I was Tom Cruise,
Or
and I was questioning.
on the couch?
I was questioning Colonel Nathan Jessup about all kinds of inconsistencies. All kinds of inconsistencies. Just one after the other after the other. In the movie, Tom was asking stuff like, if Santiago was not to be touched, your direct order said he was not to be touched. Why did you feel it was necessary to fly him off the island first thing tomorrow morning? If he's not to be touched, why would he be in danger? And another thing, Colonel Nathan Jessup, you were coming to Washington for a couple of days for this hearing here, and you were going to see a senator and your sister. You packed all your stuff. You packed some pants, a change of clothes, your fatigues, your dress uniform, your toothbrush. I want to know something. You were leaving the island for 2 days, and you packed up all this stuff. And Santiago was leaving for the rest of his life, and he hadn't packed a thing.
Well, maybe he knew the rest of his life was short.
Maybe he knew he was going home in a body bag, and someone else would pack for him, including him.
In a box, Santiago.
In a box. Why is that, Colonel? If he wasn't to be touched, why was he in danger? Don't they listen to you? Do they not take your orders seriously? And then I asked questions of Nathan Jessup. Why is it that the inflation rate this morning showed that it was lower, but we have core inflation at the wholesale level going higher?
Yes.
Why is it that the markets are hitting new highs? They're trying to hit new all-time highs. All-time highs. Why would markets be hitting all-time highs? And this morning, Hasbro Toy Company announces 20% layoff of their staff, 1,100 people, 2 weeks before Christmas. Why would that be happening today?
Yeah, it's not good optics.
Colonel Jessup, can you explain that to him? Oh, Colonel Jessup, I have another question. Do you know where this Novotny guy is? This opposition politician that's in a maximum security jail in Boston. Do we know where he is? His lawyers don't know where he is. He was supposed to be in court yesterday. He didn't show.
Well, not even Zoom. Not even video.
Nobody knows where he is. Could you, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
We'll get back to that later. We have
as soon as the election's
we
over,
have
we'll
have
touch
guys
on
with logs. We'll get back to that later. We just have inconsistencies that we would like to have addressed. Why is it that if the economy is so great and markets are hitting all-time highs, why is oil at $69 or $68 a barrel?
It's under 70.
Yeah, why is oil falling off the table when the economy of this world is supposed to be doing so well
It's
with these
winter.
increased stock prices? This makes no sense. We're in winter. We need oil like you can't believe to heat furnaces. Why is it? Colonel Jessup, can you explain that?
Yeah. Now tomorrow Powell speaks. Is it tomorrow?
Did you order a code red, Colonel Jessup? Could that be the answer? Yes, tomorrow Powell speaks. Tomorrow Powell speaks. What if Powell says, you know,
Fine, we're good. We're not doing anything.
my wife and I were planning a trip away this weekend. We told our teenage son that we were going to go away for the weekend. We need you to look after the house. And the son said, no problem, Dad. No problem. I'm 18 years
I
old.
won't
I'm
touch
responsible. The car's safe in the garage. And I won't have a party. Oh, no. I'm not going to have a party here. Why is it, though, that if Powell trusts his son so much, Mr. and Mrs. Powell, why did they take the booze with them? And why did they take the stereo? And why did they lock the garage with a padlock that the son doesn't have a key to?
And why do they come back early?
Why? And why is the neighbor snooping around the house every 15 minutes? Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup? Can you explain why
Well, the
Powell...
neighbor just wanted to see Tom Cruise dance in his underwear. It's obviously it.
You gotta think about that. He's dancing in his underwear with those socks on. Maybe they wanted to get a little thrill, look through the living room window and see what was going on there. Do. Oh, yes, maybe that's what's going on. That explains it, Colonel Jessup. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Yes, these are things that one wants to think about. Where are we at with SoFi? 794. They're not listening to me anymore. Thank you all so much for being here. A lot of folks talking to each other right now, comparing notes about what's going on here. How many shares we got of SoFi, how we're doing on SoFi, what's going to happen with SoFi. Yeah. Well, we'll see what's going on here. Bobby is saying, I kind of hope that SoFi ends the year around $9. I just need Aunt Kathy to keep buying 170,000 shares almost daily. Kathy Woods. Why is it, Colonel Jessup, that Kathy Woods keeps buying SoFi and the stock doesn't go up? Why does the stock not go up? She buys that much stock all the time. Can you explain that, Colonel Jessup? Good morning, Auntie Jen from Splair. Guten Tag to Splair. Zed Estate. I do have a SoFi put sold for $1. Expires Jan 2024. Do I roll or wait it out? I think you know the answer to these questions. Dude, institutions are loading up on SoFi since their last earnings. They want to keep it low while they load up. 4 quarters of positive earnings is something a lot of institutional buyers are looking for, said Estate Alex well thought out. Beach Boy Credit Savage question is, which toppings for the pizza? Dude, what's the other company they bought? I think there was a third company SoFi bought in the financial services sector. Alex, dude, Technisys, that was one of them. Dude, it's important to clarify the range of services SoFi had under its umbrella, massive growth potential. Beach Boy, Alex, yep. Dude, dude, that's it, I think. The pace they're working at is incredible. Credit Savage, 10 SoFi January, 750 puts for 45 cents. Good. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I like dollars. Credit Savage of Wall Street, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. That's why I want the truth. Mandu, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, man.
Uncle Bruce, Credit Savage is saying, he's asking or saying, Uncle Bruce, Walmart's laying off people by the hundreds right now.
Yeah.
Right before Christmas, they're laying off people at Walmart. Hello, sell my house fast. So I got exercised on a Rocket Lab on a cash secured put for $7 strike expiring next month. I sold 200 shares for some tax loss selling and picked up another 100 SoFi for $7.94. Well done. BW, the S&P has gone up and up for 7 straight weeks, including this week.
Yeah.
So the year-end bonuses for fund managers, in effect, Last year it was December tax loss selling. It's not occurring this year. Isn't that interesting? Yes, it is. BW, they're turning the markets again for the first hour. Who's buying the U.S. debt? I heard Treasury 3-year bond sales were dismal again for December. Prime dealers were forced in. Not all is well. Liquidity has dried up. BW, hi, Auntie Jen. Be good at the doctor tomorrow and make sure he replaces the correct hip.
Oh, yes.
Please.
Actually, they come in and ask you which one, just
Which
to make
one?
sure.
Which
And
one?
he initials it.
Then he initials the one he's
He
going to
puts his initial on there. And then after that, the anesthesiologist comes in and says, which one are we doing? And I show him the initials. And then he puts his initials on there. And then they come in later to do your nerve block and look for the initials.
They look for the initials. Where are the initials? Oh, it's that one. This one with the scar on it. We've done that one already. That's what that.
right.
The one without the
The
scar,
one
with the initials. We'll do that one. Okay.
They come in and ask. Just
Of course, last year there were no scars on either hip, so it was one of those. Which one is it? Well, now we know. We've got a 50-50 chance now.
He said, now it's the left one. And I said, that's right. And I winked at her and I said, yes, that's correct.
BW, you write not this one on the other that are
Yeah,
not
that
to
is
touch.
right.
Not this one.
Put a big X. Don't do this one.
Yeah.
again.
No. Yes.
You'll recognize it. As soon as
Good,
you cut it.
bad. Yes, that's right. Yes, medical lawsuit, all is well. There's ways to get through, to get the message through.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
I'm
everybody.
sleeping on my head.
15.10 on GameStop, up 3. SoFi 796 down 11. The Dow's up 77. The S&P's up 0.5 point. Nasdaq up 8. Oil down 182 at 69.50. Still watching all kinds of inconsistencies, Colonel. There are inconsistencies. BW, you could have a dyslexic doc, you know.
I could.
Beach Boy, all is well in the
It would be a
garden.
challenge.
All is well in the garden, says Beach Boy.
Go through the season.
In the spring, the garden will grow.
There's growth
There's growth in the spring.
from the rest. of the winter.
That is right. All is well in the garden. Splair from me as well. All the best at Doctor. Come back safely.
Thank you.
Yep, we're looking forward to setting.
Oh, so looking
We're
forward to tomorrow.
setting the surgery date we hope.
Everything
tomorrow.
hits full stride tomorrow.
Yes, hopefully tomorrow we'll come home from the doctor and we now have a schedule.
Yeah.
Surgery, recovery,
Yeah.
rehab. Here
Blood,
we go.
EKG, X-ray, scan.
Hike. Here we go.
Hike.
All is well in the garden.
All
All will be well in the garden. Mr. Gardner, it looks like the gardener needs a lot of work. Oh, yes, the garden needs a lot of work. Oh, yes. It'll all be well in the garden. Oh, my kids. What can I say? Option writers, boy, have you got it made. Have you got it made if you're an option writer? Oh, boy, this market is perfect. It's easy.
That was easy.
It's so easy.
That was easy.
I'll tell you right now. Colonel Jessup, wrong answer. Did you initiate a code red? What's going on here? Yes.
Well,
Yes.
guess what I get to do this morning? Laundry. Oh, yes. I know. It's so exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Calm the nerves. Brian, BW, yes, I agree. Tax loss selling was pretty obvious last year. Everything dropped. This year, not really. Some small drops here and there, but overall, up. All the Magnificent Seven. The money's been made in the Magnificent Seven all year long. Not a lot of selling going on there, but January, profit-taking time. Beachway, Antigen, please try not to discipline the doctor. BW, if one wanted the shares assigned sooner than later, what shorter term SoFi cash you could put has the best shrinkage potential? Wee Willie Winky. That
exercise.
yeah. Well, I can't answer that for sure. But if you're writing in the money, if you're going to write
Yeah.
in the money puts, your chance of assignment just went up.
Pretty good,
As long as you get yourself a premium out of this, dude. Maybe this year there's no loss to write off. It's just up and up, But that means profits have to be taken. Look, if you're an asset manager and you get paid a bonus, there's one thing about a bonus that comes your way if you have a print. If you show your account value at this level at the end of the year versus this level at the beginning of the year, there's a gain there. You might get a bonus for the gain. However, other asset managers have to be liquid at the end of the year. They have to have the cash sitting there because you have the end of year cash distribution to the partners for the profits. You started with 100 million. You have to end with 100 million in cash, and then the profits have to be over here. And your profits, your bonus is directly attributable to the bonus. The profits are in the profit account. So if you turned 100 million into 150 million, there's 50 million in profits over here, 100 million over here, and we set a new parameter for the beginning of the year. You get a percentage of the profits. You got to get out. You got to sell. There's that too. How did one play that? Dude, AJ, put Uncle Bruce to work. He had to help you. He has to help you. Robert Benson,
work.
119 on the thumbs up meter. Charlie, don't just wash the good leg for a few days and they won't touch it. They'll migrate to the other leg. There you go. Just wash the one. Leave the other one alone. There you go. Brian, BW, Brian, people are rotating out of profit into what is on the rise. So growth and shorted tickers are coming alive a little. January will show what's really going on. 2024 could be insane. The Credit Savage of Wall Street, Anti-Gen, please don't write bad or good on your hips. If you write bad on the good one, they'll think it's a bad hip, or they can think bad. It doesn't. Don't cut here. Cut the good one, which is bad. You see what I mean? See, Charlie, that's free medical advice right there. Thank you all. You guys are incredible.
Free medical advice.
Don't wash the good leg. Yeah, there you go.
Don't put good on it.
Don't put good on it. Oh man,
Good to
oh
go on
man.
the bad leg.
Good to go, bad to go. Yeah, cut here. Don't want that. Oh my. Okay. All right. $7.95 on SoFi, $15.16 on GameStop. We're up 7, 8, 9 cents on GameStop. How about that? I caught that Blazing Saddle reference, Anti-Gen, says JJ. BW, the Credit Savage of Wall Street. Aha. Yes. Yes. Now I'm getting a second hip. Ho. How about that?
I'll be
Bobby.
able to stand here in the morning with no pain. Can you imagine?
That'll be nice. But don't just shave the leg with the new hip. Hairy leg can't be worked on. Sure, GameStop going on with climbing. There you go. 15.14 on GameStop. SoFi $7.94. There you have it.
I'm gonna go do laundry.
Okay, my dear.
Have a good Tuesday.
Yeah, everybody. Making the dinero, as Alberto says. He's in San Martin today on his cruise. San Martin. That's where all the beach guys were with the buckets of beer,
the bucket of
and
beer.
the umbrellas and the loungers.
And a lovely beach.
And a lovely little beach. When it's sunny and calm, it is. We'll just put this down here and let you sneak out without being caught.
I'm a slow sneaker.
Slow sneaker. She's a slow sneaker. Fantastic, Anti-Gen. Thank you. Thank you all for being here today with us. It's been a fun day. We'll see how this plays out. Brian, GameStop yesterday was the first volume under 10 million in like 2 weeks. Brian, the earnings frenzy must be over. Maybe. We've got GameStop right now. Volume this morning. What's our volume now? 1.2 million. So very quiet today. Splair, all right, y'all. Just in case, I'm wishing everybody here a successful and relaxed week. I'll catch y'all again on Thursday for sure. Right on, Splair. Hang in there, buddy. Make the money over there. Take the money from them, from those people, and get ready to put more in the markets. Rock and roll, buddy. Way to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We have had fun as always. 109 thumbs ups and counting. I think we're actually better than that. Let me do a refresh on my thumbs up meter. I just it's not updating properly. 121 at least thumbs ups today. Thank you all. I think it might be time to, if it's possible, I'll just see if I can make this happen here. I'm not sure what my channel, my own YouTube channel is acting up on me today. I have to say, just give me a minute here while I actually have a couple of ads playing on my own channel. Isn't that great? D.A. Judah, you got the right idea right there. Popping up those emojis right here, right now. Well done, my friend. The big E. Neat. Here go the knee emojis. They're coming up right there. Fantastic all. Thank you, guys. Here we go. It just might be time to pop up some of these knee emojis. Let the world know. that the Knights of Knee are always to be contended with and not to be ignored. Alex knows. Knee, 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 knee. Here they go. The knee emojis are coming through. The attack is on. And those of you hitting the thumbs up button, I thank you all so much. You're helping the channel. Those of you who are becoming Gold Bagel members, hit the Knights of Knee emojis. Those of you who are becoming subscribers, I thank you, but please become a Gold Bagel member right away. John Gill is here. Thank you, John. Welcome to the party, pals. It's good to see you all in here. Paying attention to the knee emoji attack. Here we go, Karen. Neat. Here they come. They're coming in. You can't stop this. No, you can't stop the knee emoji attack that is going on right here, right now. Brian, neat. Credit Savage Wall Street. Neat. There they are. They're coming in. All the successful option writers are hitting the knee emoji. They know. Indeed. Right on, Splitter. I'm doing the best I can. Let's see, 7 to 8 hours a day would be only 37.5 cut per week. Sleeps a little longer. He's working it. Stephen Butler. Neat. Splair. Neat. Stephen Butler again. Neat. Splair again. Neat. Here they come. Knee emojis. Knee emojis everywhere for the Knights of Knee. Credit Savage. It starts with class number 1, kids. Stop reading about us in Hawaii, San Martin, Italy, and so on. You do it too, dude. Neat. Brian, 135 watching. Why are there only 101 thumbs ups? Come on, people. Thumbs up for this bald, homeless man. Dude, attack. Neat. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, if you pay me $400, then I can host a one-on-one with more free medical advice. I'm not a doctor, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night, and I've watched medical shows. See, there's knowledge right there. Experience, knowledge. I've stayed at a Holiday Inn. Yeah, so, pay me. Neat. Wise words from wise people. Brian, GameStop, let's go, baby. Come on, 1522. Let's go. We're at the high of the day right now on GameStop. Come on, GameStop. Run it to the moon, baby. Yeah, the knee emojis might be helping. Hit those knee emojis, hit those thumbs ups, and let the market know you care. You want GameStop to go much, much, much higher. Do anything we can to make it go. There it is. Thank you all so much. Gotta say thank you. The love emojis are going out there. All of you, thank you so much for following us here. Thank you again for all of these thumbs ups that you've been able to throw our way, and the knee emojis you're throwing our way, and becoming subscribers and becoming members of this channel. You guys are absolutely awesome. I thank you. Thank you very much for your support. All right, guys, there it is. Keep it going. Keep making money in the market. Take it from people. They want to give it to you. For some reason, people want to give you money. You have to be willing to accept it. Just take their option money. Why not? You have a much better need than others do, I think, to make it work for you. 798 on SoFi. We're trying to go back to 8 now on SoFi. So let's go, SoFi. Come on. You can do better than that. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. And join me tomorrow, first thing in the morning, for the trade tip of the day, then the pre-alert show, then the big show. And don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, prime time with Uncle Bruce, just for Gold Bagel members. Join us tomorrow night. Don't miss that. Stephen Butler, thank you, my friend. Splair, here they are. Thank you all. Dude, neat. Indeed. Thank you all. BW, the daily bullish versus formation on SPY. Someone doesn't want it to go down at all. Flated with helium and unicorn farts. Fundamental trading was tossed out back in 2022. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, if you pay me $400, I'll do it. I promise. Brian, GameStop, just keep going up. Yeah, baby. Oracle got whacked, says BW. That's true. After hours. Beach Boy. So I write a few SoFi $8 cash ticket puts at 20 cents expiry. 3 days. That's 2% plus. If the rain of sign, please. I dare you to take me out. Brian, BW, the most earnings call seemed to result in a plus 20% up or 20% down in after hours. Then the stocks flat the next day. Interesting, isn't it? BW, big breaking. U.S. imposes sanctions on Chinese, Turkish, and UAE firms for alleged support of Russia. There you go. There's a war going on. If anyone's paying attention, there's a war going on. The markets don't seem to be paying attention at all. They're just in their own little zone. Colonel Jessup, why is it that people are ignoring all the signs that there could be a war breaking out? Don't understand it. It makes no sense. Why are markets hitting these high levels with all of these problems going on? Yep, Oracle got rocked last earnings too, says dude. There you go. What can I say, kids? There it is. All right, guys, keep an eye on the markets. Take the money. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here with us. And if you need any help, send me an email, and we'll go from there. And we'll keep you posted on Class 17. The minutes available on the website. Beach Boy, 2.5%, even better. Right on, Beach Boy. Okay, kids, all the best. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care and bye for now.